Hello everybody, this is Celesta Matthews, and today we are going to see an experiment on Yacc, that is yet another compiler. So as we used to use Lex for the first phase, that is lexical analysis, similarly for the second phase we are going to use Yacc. So in Lex, basically we used to have regular expressions as input. In the same way, in Yacc we will have productions as the input. So there will be three sections. In the first section we will be defining everything, including all the header files and everything. And in the second part we will have rules for each of these productions. Okay, so it will be like first part, if it's an expression, then if this kind of production comes in hand, what has to be done. So we will have the production and its respective action for that. And in the last part we will have all the subroutines, that is your main method and YY wrap and YY error and everything. So we'll see the code for this particular production. So you can see that we have L produces ER, E produces E plus T or E minus T or T, T produces T into F or T divided by F or F, and F produces E or digit. We'll see the code for this. Here it is. So you can see that over here I have declared everything in this part. Okay, I'm included as well. So I have included math.h, stdio.h and stdlib.h. I have declared two variables I and p and initialized them to 1. Next we will have a token which is of type number. After that we will have the rules for the production. So the first thing that we write, okay, we'll begin from the bottom. Num1, this is basically for the number or the digit that we have in the production. For that we will have num1. If I encounter a num1 and then a num, then what I have to do? If it's like if I get 12, so I'll get num1 into 1 will go into num1 and 2 will go into num. So we will have it as 1 must be multiplied by 10, so it will give me 10, and then 2 has to be added to it. So it must not consider it as two different digits, it must be taken as just a single digit. Okay, and after that we have factor over here. So factor is basically used if we use any expression inside a particular bracket. So for that we have an opening bracket, we have an expression which is inside the bracket, and we have a closing bracket. So in that case we must use this expr. So I'm saying $$ is equal to $2, which is the second input that I have. Now for the F part, that is my another production that I have. So this is in case if I get a power, suppose if I get 2 to the power of 3. So what I have to do is I have to run a loop till like number of times the loop will run will be equal to the factor, that is the third argument that we have over here. That will be repeated 3 times. So like if you have 2 power 3, then the loop will run thrice and 2 will be multiplied thrice, and that value will be returned. Next we have term. So in the question we saw that we have t into t or t into e, and or we have t divided by e or something like that. So for that we have over here term and we have factor. Now if I encounter anything like term into factor, then what I have to do is I have to take the term, I have to take the factor, multiply them, and then return that. Okay, similarly for division, and if it's directly f, then it comes over here. Next we have expression. Now this term will be used in this expression production. So we will have expression plus term. If it's that, then expression must be added to the term and then returned. Otherwise it must be subtracted, otherwise simply the term value should be returned. Next we have a line. That means we know that whatever input we are giving, once we press enter, only that then it is submitted. Right, only then it will be passed. So what we have, we can have just an empty line. If we get an empty line, then we simply print an empty line. That means we come over to the next line in the output window. And if we get an expression, then whatever value, like after parsing all this, whatever value you get, that will be displayed over here using this printf statement. After that we have the subroutines part. Now for that we have YYLex, then we have main method, and we have YYWrap and YYError. So using the YYLex, this is used to get the tokens. So before syntax analysis, we have the lexical analysis, and we know that lexical analysis will give just one token at a time whenever syntax analysis asks for. So when the syntax analyzer asks, the token will be taken from the lexical analysis, and so for that we use YYLex function over here. After that we have the main method, in which we are invoking the parser using YYParse and returning 1. And after that, if in case you get an error in the whole program, then that can be defined in this user defined function, that's YYError. So we'll run the code. So we have to write yacc e9, that's the name of my file, .y. Now we will compile the code using cc space y.tab.c. Now once that's done, we will execute it ./a.out. Now if I find anything like 3 plus 2, it will return me 5. Or if I say 5 minus 2, it will return me the answer for that. So I hope you understood it. Thank you.